Yo guys, Leon Sylvester here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 life-changing lessons of not drinking alcohol for 2 full years. Now these lessons, we are going deep into some of the transformative things that have happened in my life, my client's life, and multiple other people's lives that have stopped drinking. So if you're looking for a bit of motivation, if you're just starting out your journey, or if you're further into your journey, then there's going to be something for you in this video. Now I want to make sure that you stay tuned to the very end, to the 7th point, because in the 7th point, I'm going to be talking about some of the mindset shifts that can help you build a life without alcohol, right? I'll have to wait until we get to the end, so make sure to stay tuned to the very end, because in this 7th point, you're going to learn something that nobody else is talking about. I don't see anybody else on YouTube talking about this stuff, because it's just life-changing. And if you wait till the end of the video, I'm also going to be making an announcement on how you can work with me one-on-one in a coaching program to help you stop drinking without AA, without willpower, without rehab, and you're going to do it in an optimistic and positive way. It's going to be no feeling like, oh, why am I not drinking? It's totally different. So wait till the end of the video for the announcement on that. Without any further delay, let's get straight into it. So the very first life-changing lesson that I've learned from not drinking for 2 years is that quitting drinking can be effortless. I know what you're thinking. Leon's lost the plot. I know you're thinking that I've gone crazy. And that's probably because you may have had attempts in the past that were difficult, right? You may have had attempts where you tried to stop drinking and you failed. You might have found it really challenging. You might have just approached it in this mindset that was negative, and you just tried so hard to stop drinking, but no matter what you tried, nothing worked out. I am telling you that it can be effortless. It can 100% be effortless. It can be enjoyable. It can be easy. And there's going to be people that are watching this video that aren't finding it easy. You're not finding it effortless, right? And it all comes down to the approach that you take to stop drinking, right? If you're using willpower, or if you believe that you've actually given something up, if you look at alcohol as something that provided so much value in your life, you will find it difficult, right? But I'm telling you, I'm not saying that it is effortless or it is enjoyable. I'm saying that it can be. And it's when you use that mental model, that first principles thinking, that's when it all changes, right? That's when the penny drops. That's when you start to see alcohol exactly for what it is. You start to see it as this highly addictive, destructive poison that does absolutely nothing for you. When you're able to go through that mental model, when you can bring awareness to all of the reasons why you think you drink alcohol, that's when it all changes, right? And I've actually made an in-depth video talking about this, talking about how you can use the first principles mental model. I'm gonna link you to that in the description below. So I really advise you to check that out if you want to learn how to make the process effortless and enjoyable, how you can start applying that mental model. Because I'm telling you, it can be effortless. I'm not saying it is for everybody. But if you take the right approach, if you use that mental model, if you do what my clients do in the Sober Clear program, if you do what actually many viewers of this channel have done without joining the program because they've done it themselves, which is totally okay. All I'm doing is bringing awareness to the method. I'm not saying that I created it. I'm not saying that it's this revolutionary thing. I'm saying that if you do it, you can find stopping drinking effortless, right? And there are different ways to do it. You can do it through study, you can do it through introspection, you can watch videos, you can read books, you can hire coaches, you can go into programs. I take people through that mental model to make stopping drinking effortless, but there are millions of ways to do that, right? But that's the very first thing. That if I had known that back when I started my journey, I would have started the study, I would have started the introspection, I would have started getting to the root cause of the problem, rather than making it difficult and making it challenging and getting into that state of mind where it was hard and it was going to be tough and I'm going to have to avoid my friends and avoid my family and avoid these certain bars and restaurants. If I'd have known that it could be effortless, I would have approached the whole situation completely differently to what I did for the 10 years that I failed to stop drinking. So the next lesson, guys, is that this one is powerful. This one is extremely powerful. And this is going to serve as a reminder for a lot of you guys. And the thing is that you can turn things around quickly, right? Let's get an exclamation mark in there because we need an exclamation mark for that point. Because, when you kind of stop drinking and you first start on that journey, you're not going to be operating life at 100%, right? There's going to be things that, aren't going their best. Your health might not be at its optimal right now. Your relationship with your partner might not be at its optimal. Your career might not be going as fast as you want it to be. Your business might not be growing at the speed that you want it to, right? And I was in a position where when I stopped drinking, as some of you guys already know, I had minus £2,000 in the bank account. My business had collapsed. I'd broken up with my girlfriend. I had to sell my car. I had to move back to my friend's house because I had no money. It was embarrassing. It was shameful. And I was, I'm not saying that you guys have necessarily gone as low as I went. And I'm not saying that some of you guys haven't gone lower, right? It all happens at different points, but it doesn't make a difference. The point of what I'm trying to say is that when you stop drinking, you can turn things around, and it happens quickly, right? That's the key word here, is quickly. Because I thought, this is going to take years to rebuild. It's going to take years. But if you can take the right approach to stop drinking, if you feel positive and you feel certain in your decision to not drink, you can turn things around quickly, because what can happen is you can immediately go towards a better quality of life. You don't need to sit around and wait. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you can just straight away start rebuilding the things that you've broken because of alcohol. Start going towards those new goals. You can start going towards the vision for your life. And there's people that I've worked with where they've been drinking for a long time, and their marriage was about to get, the marriage was about to break. And those people have actually turned their marriages around within weeks, right? The wives or the husbands, they've been seeing their partner destruct, right? They've been seeing what is happening because of alcohol. That's turned around fast. They start to fall in love with them again, right? And the same can happen with a business. So in my story, in my example, I got straight back into the gym as a personal trainer, self-employed, within a week or something like that. I can't actually remember, it was days or within a couple of weeks of stopping drinking, straight back into the gym, straight back into full-time self-employment, had no savings, just went all in, and things turned around quickly. And before you know it, I'm on a plane to Thailand and I'm starting an online business. That happened within a few short months. And you can turn things around quickly as well. If you are not in a position right now that you've actually stopped drinking and you're thinking about doing it, and life's not going the way that you really, really want it to go right now, you can turn things around quickly. You've got to believe that you can, because you can. I have done it. The people that I work with in the Sober Clear program have done it, and tens of thousands of other problem drinkers have done it as well. You've got to really get that. Let's go to the next point. So the third point, the life of your dreams becomes possible again. Now, I had a dream. When I drank alcohol, I had a dream, right? I had this dream to move to Asia, to live in an Eastern economy where the cost of living is, a quarter of what it would cost in England or America. I wanted to live in a Eastern economy and sell a product or a service to a Western economy. That was a dream of mine for so long. I had seen other people do it. It was something that I had wanted to do for a very, very long time. That vision had always been there. It was a dream, right? It was a vision. It was something that I wanted to do. But no matter what I did to achieve this dream life, right, to get into this place that I really wanted to go, alcohol always got in the way, right? I can count numerous times where I've written in a journal that alcohol is the one thing that keeps holding me back. I'm pretty sure it was this book that said, I can't remember if it was this one or not. It was a long time ago when I read it, but it was talking about what's the one thing, right? The book is always about the one thing. I'm quite sure I got it from here. But it was like, what's the one thing that's stopping you from achieving what you want? There's going to be one major obstacle, one major roadblock. And for me, that was alcohol, right? If I wanted to achieve this dream life, if I wanted to have this lifestyle of living in Asia, working online, helping people, creating content, being a YouTuber, doing all this stuff, that was my dream. And now it's a reality. And I'm getting goosebumps telling you guys this because, just a couple of years ago, I was at the bottom of the bottom, right? I'd had to start from ground zero. And it has quickly gone to my dream life. Right now I've got a new dream, a bigger dream, which I'm going towards. And because alcohol is not going to knock me back and take me back to square one again, it's possible, right? I'm telling you that the life of your dreams becomes possible again. When you stop drinking, you take that first principles approach, and then you immediately start taking action to go towards that better quality of life, to go towards that vision, to build the life that you want. You will be amazed at what can happen in your life. You will be amazed. Mark my words, the people that I work with in the Sober Clear program, what happens is they get on, they use the first principles approach, right? They get to that state of mind where stopping drinking is effortless, right? And then once they're there, they start going towards a better quality of life. In the first few days, the first week, the second week, they don't really see much difference. Third week, a bit of difference. Fourth week, a bit of difference, right? And then we look back at where they were a month ago. And now these people, in just a short month, they're back in the gym. The relationship's back together. They're showing up for their career better, their business, they're getting new clients, all within a month. Because you can turn things around quickly and the life of your dreams becomes possible again. And imagine what happens if you keep working on yourself for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5 years. Imagine the possibilities. The life of your dreams becomes possible. So the fourth life-changing lesson that I've got for you guys today is that you can set an example for other people, right? We've all got people that we're close to in life. we have friends, we have family, children, partners, we have people that we're close to. And you've got a choice, right? You can either set an example for those people, or you simply don't, and they'll look elsewhere for examples of how to live their life. Who do you really want to be? Do you want to be somebody that sets an example for their work colleagues, for their friends, for their family? Or do you want to be somebody that they just go, yeah, that guy, he's just a drunk. I'm going to listen to this guy on Instagram or YouTube. Who do you want to be? Right? When you stop drinking, you can start to set a better example for people. And I'll explain how this happens, right? So when you drink alcohol, your standards are here. I don't care, right? This is baseline, right? Here's the best version of you. Here's baseline. Here's just average you. And here's the drinking version of you. So the drinking version of you is down pretty low, right? And when you stop drinking, things go up. Your standards improve. And then all of a sudden, if you stop drinking, you're now at a baseline, right? You're not, self-destructing anymore. You're at this baseline. And then if you start improving your life, you start improving yourself, you start taking steps towards your goals, you start holding yourself to a higher standard than everybody else around you. And when you hold yourself to a higher standard, you start encouraging other people to hold themselves to a higher standard. Honestly, you can start to set an example for others around you. Is that not an amazing thing? People can start to look up to you again. They can start to say, I want to be like him. I want to be like her. That person's turned their life around. They stopped drinking and they started doing all these amazing things with their life. Who do you really want to be? Do you want to be that person, or do you want to be the person that's still drinking? You've got to ask yourself that. Who do you really want to be? Do you want to be the person that holds themselves to the highest possible standard in their life? Or do you want to be the person that everybody just kind of goes, that guy, yeah, just don't pay any attention to him. He always says he's going to do this. He says he's going to do that. He never follows through. He always says he's going to stop drinking. He always says he's just going to have one. And then look, he's at the bar still at 12 a.m., and he's got a family to go home to. Who do you really want to be? Right? When you stop drinking, you can start to set an example for others around you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And this is something that I have seen firsthand with my family, with my friends, and with influencing other people on the internet, right? That's what I do, is I help other people go through the same transformation. And by holding myself to a higher standard of being a non-drinker, of building a better life, I'm giving permission for other people to do that. And you can do the same thing. You can inspire other people. You can encourage other people. You can motivate other people. You can set an example for others around you. It's great. Now, the next life-changing lesson that I've got for you guys is that alcohol drinkers are actually deluded, right? And this all comes back to that first principles approach that I was talking about in the first point. When you take that first principles approach and you see alcohol as poison, you learn about the conditioning, the marketing, how the psychology of addiction works, and all of this stuff, right? When you can see all of that clearly, you don't see alcohol the same way anymore. You see it as something that doesn't provide anything to you, right? And then what happens is you start to see alcohol drinkers as deluded. You see them as brainwashed. You see them as people that are conditioned to think that drinking poison is a normal thing, that is a totally okay thing. Hear me out. Drinking poison is not normal. It is not normal at all. There is nothing normal about it. Even the people that drink 1 or 2 drinks, they have bought into an illusion that drinking poison is okay. And it is not okay. It is not normal. You start to see those people as deluded. You don't see them as people that are in control, because they were never in control in the first place. Because if people were truly in control of their alcohol intake, they'd drink 1 drink and they'd never drink again. If 1 drink was possible, they'd drink 1 drink and they'd never drink again. The point of the matter is that when you take that first principles approach, you will see those people as deluded. You will not look at another drinker and think, I wish I could be like them. You will look at that person and think, the poor soul, like he's got to drink poison to fit in with all these other people. You start to see other drinkers for what they are. Now guys, the 6th lesson that I've got for you is that confidence and self-esteem are no longer issues. So when I drank alcohol, I had confidence problems. Because I wasn't, like I was talking to you before about holding yourself to a higher standard, when I drank alcohol, I knew I was not holding myself to a high standard. I didn't really have very many standards because I was putting poison in my body. This crushed my confidence. This crushed my self-esteem. I knew that I wanted to be somebody better. I wanted to be somebody that set an example for other people, right? And when I'm destroying myself, I'm not showing up to the gym. I'm not showing up to my relationship the way that I should. I'm not showing up to my clients the way that I should. When I'm doing all these things, it hurts. My confidence takes hits. You know, my self-esteem wasn't good. Alcohol took me to a low place, right? It didn't make me feel good and happy. It destroyed my confidence and self-esteem. From stopping drinking, that is no longer an issue. I thought that maybe I'm just an unconfident person. But when I stopped drinking, it changed completely. Immediately, because I was doing good things with my life, eating the right food, training, working on a business, moving to Asia, going to work online, doing all this stuff, because I was doing that, these no longer became issues, they actually became assets. Because I started to get this self-belief that I'd never had before. Because I stopped drinking and I found it so easy and enjoyable, I realized that I could do anything now. Anything, right? The life of my dreams was possible again, like I just said. I'm not just making this stuff up, right? This is what I've lived for the past 2 years. This is what has happened to me as a result of not drinking alcohol, right? And it can happen to you as well. And when you stop, your confidence, your self-esteem, they just start getting better and better and better and better and better. It's great, right? It's maybe this isn't a lesson so much, but I still want you to understand that. I still want you to take that away from the video, that your confidence and your self-esteem can return. And the more that you work on yourself, the more that you do good things for your life, the better that will become. Guys, the 7th, this is the one that I wanted you to watch, right? This is the one I wanted you to stick around for. And it's that you can become whoever you want. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that when you stop drinking, you can evolve. So, for example, what happened in my personal life is that when I stopped drinking, I was broke, I was working in a restaurant, and this is who I was, right? I was drinking, I was getting smashed, I was spending all my money, I was in an overdraft, didn't really have very many friends, I was at ground zero. And what I did is, when I stopped drinking, I became a personal trainer. I became somebody new. I became fully self-employed. I got back in the gym, I was training, I was eating well, I was making new friends, and I became this new person. And now I've done it again, I evolved again. I became a digital entrepreneur. I became somebody that was a coach. I became a marketer. I became a video creator. I evolved and I changed who I was, right? So what I did is I thought about the goal that I wanted to achieve, and I thought, who do I need to be to get that goal? And I became somebody new. And this is the biggest thing, right? You can become somebody new when you stop drinking. You can evolve and be whoever you want to be, right? Hard to believe for some of you guys, but I'm proof. I'm living proof. And you can make the choice of who you want to become, and then you can start going towards it, right? That is damn awesome. And you will be amazed at what happens. So I was working with one client. I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't know I'm talking about him in this video, but he was an entrepreneur before. He started drinking, business didn't really go well, and then it had been 10 years of drinking, and then he was back at this position, right? And he wanted to get back into entrepreneurship. And this guy, you know, he's not young, right? And he wanted to get back into entrepreneurship, and he said, right, who do I need to become to do that? Well, and he started networking, he started going out, he started writing these ideas down, he built a home office, and he started talking to people. And before you know it, this guy had secured a huge plot of land, he'd got building permission by the owners of the land, he didn't even need to pay for that land, and boom, he's back in entrepreneurship, he's an entrepreneur again. He became somebody new, right? And you can do that. You will have the choice of who you want to become next. And guys, if you actually want my help to not only stop drinking and go through that first principles mental model, but you also want help building that life without alcohol, I'm going to leave you to a link below this video for a short 10-minute video. And during that video, I'll talk about the method, I'll talk about this first principles approach, and then you'll be able to book a short call with myself to see if this whole thing will work for you. We typically work with entrepreneurs and professionals that want to stop drinking without AA, without willpower, without rehab, and they want to go through it in a positive, optimistic frame of mind. And the results so far have been amazing. So there'll be reviews, there'll be all sorts in that video below. Guys, if you click the videos on the screen now, you can learn more about the 4 stages of stopping drinking, as well as the 4 surprising truths of stopping drinking. Thanks a lot.